Hey guys, it's Tracy VA back again with another YouTube video. Welcome to Tracy VA Media. Hip hop has a new girly that's hot on the block, and to be honest, she's not even new. Time to give my girl JT her flowers. This video here is the rise of Miss JT. After seeing a few videos released on YouTube talking about Young Miami, I was like, okay, it's time for me to do this. It's time for somebody to start talking about JT. This is the most victorious story the music game has seen in a very long time. Imagine being the girl everyone overlooked because you were the weirdo or you were just the girlfriend of a popular rock star. You were in prison for about 2 years for fraud charges and missed out on the peak of a girl group that you started. And after you get out, you try to stay loyal for a few years, although you've outgrown it. You've outgrown the turn up. You've outgrown the ratchet lifestyle. You fall in love. You become put up. You find your own lane in style and music. People look at you and think, she missed her mark. Oh, she's just the girlfriend of Lil Uzi. She's just lazy. She's boring. She's just the angry black girl. This took over the minds of just about everyone, and it seemed like social media collectively demoted JT as a city girl. Simply because Young Miami has this popular show on Revolt. She's constantly going viral on social media for saying silly things or even hypersexual things. She's in a relationship with a billionaire. Quickly things took a turn and Young Miami became the face of the city girls, and JT was just that girl that was just that rapper. So it's very interesting to watch these tables turn in real time. Let's highlight JT's switch up, her awakening, and her coming into herself. So JT just begins posting these pictures where people are saying, like Uzi turned her out. She begins to do these unique magazine covers. The black audience seemed to poke fun at and say it was just straight up ugly. She started hanging around some unknown faces and faces of different colors and different ethnic backgrounds. White, Asian, Latino, and meanwhile, Young Miami is nowhere in sight. She's either on a yacht in a club section or just taking pictures in luxurious outfits. You know, JT also starts to begin getting close to Nicki Minaj. It seems like they start to build a very close bond. JT really begins to blossom into this very beautiful and bold, iconic face on the internet. But still, there was no hint of a solo career for years until we see JT pop up on the Angie Martinez in Real Life podcast. That's when I knew that, okay, this might just be the beginning to a solo rollout. In the interview, she clearly shares that she doesn't care to be in the spotlight. She reveals she's a simple person. She just loves being in the house and just playing with her dogs. Not really city girlish, right? She talks how she loves being private, and still throughout the interview, she says she never ever wants the city girls not to be the city girls. So this woman really stood on business when it comes to loyalty, you know. Although the group wasn't performing like how it once was. You know, this loyalty that JT has for the city girls, we even caught this on camera on the Carisha Please episode that JT is on, where she's crying, like she's actually crying on camera when they start talking about the possibility of the city girls being no more. It was at that moment just me sitting back watching, and I'm sure others on social media because we were all watching it together. It kind of came off that Young Miami didn't really care about the city girls no more. It kind of came off like, I'm already rich and famous and this popular girl. I don't really need the city girls anymore. She just wanted her hookah, her cameras on her deli on, and just living the lavish life. It was evident that these girls weren't really on the best of terms for a couple years now. It was literally like watching a married couple in 4K that clearly doesn't want to be together, but they're just kind of just together for the money or because they're used to it. You know, Young Miami was winning BET awards. She was on the Met Gala carpet. It seemed like she was just so far gone from the city girl. She became the girl. Meanwhile, JT kind of fell off to the wayside. Now here we are in April 2024 and JT is popping the F out, okay? She's popping off. So she started off dropping no bars, and off rip, The numbers didn't really number, but JT stayed consistent and she promoted herself. She put that music, she put that song in our faces. She posted and posted her song, and then she dropped a music video where she showcased those weird looks. She pushed that song so hard that it then became viral. 9 months later, here we are, and it's at 21 million views. This is just the JT song, you guys, at 21 million views on YouTube. The video doesn't even look like it was expensive to make. It looks like it was just shot on a camcorder and the scenes were just chopped up. She didn't really put too much effort in it, which kind of gave off like, I don't need to do too much. I'm JT, I'm confident, and my music is great. I want you guys to hear me, and y'all will hear me, and that's just what it is. We start to see her go out and do things, but on a high scale though, you know, being next to Solange or just being on the side of a runway show, wearing these designer outfits. You know, I can't help but to notice how this girl matured. And she went after a look and style that's not typical for the female rapper these days. She's in this relationship with Lil Uzi Vert, you guys. And Lil Uzi Vert is one of the biggest artists in the country. She could have easily just stayed in his shadow. You know, that's what women typically do. Instead, she blossomed and she studied her man. She really studied the music game. She became inspired with how Lil Uzi Vert isn't afraid to just do whatever he wants to do with himself and do whatever he wants to do with his look and his performances. She became inspired and she really became a sponge and soaked it all in. You know, one thing that's for sure is JT was always a passionate rapper from the very beginning. She didn't come through saying she wanted to be a model. She didn't come through saying that she wanted to be on reality shows. She came through as JT, I want to rap. And that's exactly what she's still doing to this day. And that's why I feel like she's so successful, because she had her eye on the prize and the prize has never switched up. And now she's just where she's just destined to be. She's really putting in that work. She really built herself from the ground up. Although she was already a part of City Girls and she was JT of the City Girls, you know, to do a solo career, you do kind of in some way have to start off fresh. And that's what she did, and she was fearless, and she's just succeeding off of it. She's doing it her way, and it's like watching a Cinderella story but in hip hop. She announced this tour, and people quickly noticed that these tour stops were at like restaurants and lounges, and they instantly made fun of it. But JT stayed true to herself once again and understood that she needs to build this fan base from the ground up and authentically as well. She's really touching the people, and she's even doing like rap cams, and we see the fans of her rapping her songs word for word alongside with her. Like, the passion is all over her Instagram timeline. Like, it just gives us so much life to watch us happen in real time. It's so amazing to see the crowd screaming JT and not screaming the City Girls. Like, she is really blossoming, and she even performed with Nicki Minaj recently, and she did an amazing job, and the crowd was going crazy for her. JT is only 31 years old, and it is very clear she is the next biggest female rapper, okay? Besides her being gorgeous, it's the hits back to back for me. She has her own sound. She has her own style, and I think that's where a lot of female rappers mess up these days. It's so easy to just blend in with the, you know, the booty shaking and, you know, popping that whatever and taking somebody's man. Like, it's very easy to just blend in with that because that's what everybody's doing. But JT is taking maybe a small portion of the elements of the City Girls, but she's really just making it her own. And she's making this rap music that is kind of like poppy in a way. And it's just girly and it's anthemic. It's trendy, it's catchy, and she's just keeping it classy and cute. There's really no competition. In the midst of the Carisha allegations, you know, with the whole Diddy thing and the freak offs, it's like God, and I'm always talking about God, you guys. It's like God loudly protected this girl. And I am not in this girl's life, but I can't help but to notice the testimony there and just the overall glow. I love how she's fearless and she's not afraid to step outside the box. I feel like she's definitely like an example for black women, especially, that you don't have to just look one way or dress one type of way. Like, you could be a little weird. You could, you know, do different things with your look and not feel shamed about it. It's okay to be weird and different, and JT is staying true to herself. She took the road that felt right for her. She didn't force it. She took her time. When she got out of prison, she didn't force anything. Did you guys notice that? You know, Uzi put her in this big mansion in LA, this gorgeous high-rise condo in New York City, the dogs. She really lived life and found meaning, and I can see that. I can tell that she waited until she was spiritually balanced and hopped into something she knew she was destined for. I look at the videos that she posts from her tour and it absolutely gives me chills. Like, I'm sure you guys feel the same way too, because it's just so refreshing. As I sit back and watch her go and see how the people love her, it just proves that sometimes you just gotta sit back and just wait your turn. But you gotta have that confidence though. Do what feels right for you. Embrace the journey. You know, not everything that glitters is gold, and sometimes the fast way ain't always the best way. JT is an amazing example for women, and that's just how I feel. She's a breath of fresh air, and female rap definitely needed this. The whole ratchet stuff, I'm not gonna lie, to me it's played out. Like, I love how she's just feminine, confident, classy, and she doesn't try to be anybody but herself. And I know I try not to put people in competition with each other, especially in the female rap game, but I know that a lot of these rap girls are shaking out here and just thinking, oh my gosh, this girl just came out of nowhere, just passing all of us. Well, that's what happens when you focus on you in the journey, in the spirituality, and not just focusing on like the worldly things. This is my study on JT, just in case you guys haven't done it already. And end result, this girl has zero competition. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you loved this video, and leave a comment down below. The things I say, was it facts or not? Do y'all think JT has what it takes to be bigger than Nicki Minaj? I want to hear all your thoughts in the comment section below. But once again, guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and once again, it's Tracy VA of Tracy VA Media. I'm out.